And we're live. I always have to check it. Hold on. I think we're live. We're live. Hello. It is Monday morning. It is almost 9 a.m. It's time to work on some indie stuff. Let me tweet out that I'm doing this. Excuse me. Okay. Hey, Groic, what's up, man? Alright, so it's been a week. It's been kind of a blur. I think the biggest and most obvious thing that happened was, I disabled, in the past I've been clicking together all the little levels, and I've always hidden everything other than the level you're actually playing on. So I just set it to not hide anymore. So, let's take a look at the game. So yeah, now a little bit more of the world is fleshed out. And when you drop into any given segment, I'm not hiding the rest of the world anymore. There's a lot that needs to happen here. That's actually... Shit. Oh, that did work. So yeah, that's where we are. Hey, Ecker. I can't say your name, dude. What's up? Okay. I already see several things I hate. So a lot today is going to be fixing all the fallout from that kind of change. Of which there is much. One of the most irritating parts, I think, is actually... Let me delete my save. This is like really nitpicky, but this used to look so much better. I wonder how I can fix that. I wonder how I can even see it so I can fix it. I'm glad you like it, Grog. Hey everybody, good morning. Louise, what's up, man? I haven't seen your streams in a bit. I'm sorry, I've been slacking. Slacking on watching TV. I've been slacking on watching TV, Louise. Sorry, man. Hey, Thmeka. God, I love saying your weird ass handles. It's really actually kind of funny. I caught a tiny amount of the, what was it? The Counter-Strike competition yesterday or whatever. And it's just amazing hearing the announcers try to with a straight face say, you know, like, alright, Mr. Squiggles. It's insane. It's my favorite thing about esports. Helping out at the bakery. Gotcha. Man, that's a delicious problem. How do you end up with those two extremely opposing skill sets? Baking bread and making video games. They don't seem to go together at all. There's like no overlap there, man. I mean, people who are into like cooking and fitness shit make sense to me because they kind of like go together. I don't know. It's weird. And you made a game not anything to do with baking either. Like, you could have leaned into it. You could have been like, I'm a baker making a game about some kind of, you know, cooking thing. Like, nah. Fantasy game. I kind of respect it, actually. You do what you feel. Okay. I want to see this material. So, how am I going to do that, huh? Why can't I currently see it? Why is your default blue? I just want to change the defaults temporarily so I can see what happens when you're loaded. You know what I could do is just like not even fuck with the defaults. And just wire around this shit for now. Just don't forget that connects there. Okay. Did that work? Yes. Okay. Now I can fuss with it at will. So your texture offset. Oh shit. No. Yeah. Shit. Don't fuck with that. Alright. Huh. Go back to where you were. Did you? Some really scientific shit going down right here, guys. I should make this a variable I can change on a per material process. Baking wasn't planned or anything. I always wanted to make games, but just baked as a job. Got it. I just kind of fell into it. It's cool. Yeah. I worked as a waitress for a while when I was in college, just to make ends meet and stuff. It was great because you always had food. I mean, like good food, not like shitty college food. Let's make this a parameter. We'll call it texture offset. It's already a parameter. I'm just an idiot. Just editing the I could have just edited that on the instance. Well, now we know. Haha. wish it was possible to not have a login for Perforce, but I can't figure out how to do that. Or like have the login token be forever or something. For some reason I just couldn't figure that out. Oh, yeah. Here, let me turn off my system audio. There you go. It's loud for me, too. I've realized whatever I set in the mixer doesn't actually go through for you guys. So, like, if I, like, use Windows Mixer, OBS somehow just blows that all away. And just plays everything at max volume. Based on where you have the slider. But yeah, I just turned it off. Sorry about that, Princess. Princess. Alright, what are their little glitches? There's so many now. I think there was something with the shadow I wanted to fix. Well, there's something with the player shadow, definitely, but I don't know if I have the brain power to fix that right now. That right there. See that like shadow? I don't want that. So let me fix my audio. Whatever, good enough, I guess. Hey Lude, what's up, man? So yeah, I don't want any shadows unless... Like, I want the ones I paint, I don't want this crap. I don't know where that's coming from. Nothing should cast shadow in this game. Like, I thought I circumvented the whole system. Everything is unlit. Nothing casts shadows. But somewhere I fucked up. What is even doing that? Maybe if... What did I just do? Oh shit, I can break the game that way. I've done that before. Yeah, that's the bug. How did I do it? I think there's a glitch where for an instant you can click the button before you're... and then it... Yeah, see. Okay, let me write that down. Button is enabled for level load. Okay. So yeah, first shadow. Where is that coming from? What's casting that? I can't just move shit. What is casting that? You cast shadow still. Where are you? you slip through. Just a static mesh actor. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I don't know how that slipped through the system, but there's other places that have slipped through as well. I think this is just my scratch pad. It's where I have, this is basically like random scripts that I run. I have a function called do stuff. I just call it to do stuff. What I want to do now is find all static meshes. So I have something similar. Static, oh shit, right here. Okay. Do stuff, get all static meshes for each one, set cast shadow to false. This will only work on the things that are visible, which is probably, like, that must have been hidden or not made yet when I first ran the script. Run do stuff. You no longer cast shadow, good. Downside is it doesn't dirty the files, so you have to remember to go through and manually save everything, because it won't detect that it needs to be saved. Which is a pain. Good, that's gone now. That looks weirdly purple. Just like shiny and shit. God, there's a lot of work to do. Alright, that's done. What's up, dude? Timbadoo? Oh shit, hey guys. Life is good, man. Good morning. You're very hype for fucking 9 AM on a Monday, man. Welcome to the party. Alright, that's fixed. What else is on my list? That was fast. Oh god, so much to do. Alright, here's a biggie. I wake up and stream from 6 AM to 9 AM. Shit, dude. Are you East Coast? Have I not followed you yet? I feel like... I thought I do follow you, right? Follow. Oh shit, you're hosting me. This is like Inception. I'm looking at myself talk about this. Hey, Polydolphin, sup, dude? And Scotty Bot. Miami, that's nice. You're not experiencing the apocalypse currently that's going on in New England. It snowed and it was frigid, and then yesterday it was 50 degrees. All the snow is melted, and now it's gonna snow again. Everyone is sick. The weather can't figure out what temperature it needs to be. Boston's just a shit show right now. What kinds of shit here. It's not great. Need to fix that. Alright, so here's the next challenge. There's lots of little things like this where you're down in like kind of a nook. And what I want to do is I want to detect when the camera is, when there's a building in the way basically, and I want to hide just that section for now. I don't know what I want to do in the long term. Probably make the building see-through or something. But for now I just need to detect when this is happening. Yeah. I think on how to do that. Northeast England. Thanks, ScottyBot. It's still kind of early, but it's the direction I want to go in, I think. I mean, there's a lot that has to happen here. Specifically with the environment. It's depressing to even think about. Okay, so for now, let's just get things technically working. For now, I need to figure out if there's a section that your camera is in, I guess. I mean, there's so many different ways that you could do it. I could take a look at the... I could raycast from the camera to the player, detect everything that's in between. It's probably the right thing to do. So it becomes, do I want to hide it by building? Do I want to hide by level? Do I want to hide by building, or do I want to hide by section? Gotta pick one. Let's hide by level. Because I think it'd be weird if this entire section popped out just because you're behind one building. Probably. Let's start with level and see how that works. Oh, Nordal, what's up, man? And Blitzplum. I mean, I was always working towards this. The only difference is, like, before it was all laid out, but I would hide the levels you weren't in when you were in a given level. Whereas now I'm just not hiding them anymore, right? Like, if you remember before, the map was always, they were kind of separated. I was just still kind of moving things around. And because the levels every now and then would interpenetrate and it looked all shitty, I had to hide every level that you weren't in. Whereas now I'm just not doing that anymore. I reached a point where, for the most part, nothing's overlapping. I've got some bullshit back here I need to fix. This in general, like, I'm not done yet. I still need to wiggle these around. It's like putting together a puzzle. It's actually kind of insane. It's actually really difficult. It's been really fun. Figuring out how all the different levels click together. Could add an outline post-process on the character that don't... Yeah, no. I mean, I've thought about how I want it to do, or how I want to do this. I do like the outline post-process, but it's very important. Like, this is a puzzle game. You need to see the entirety of the puzzle that you're on. So it's not enough to just see an outline of the character through a building. There's the potential that you could see the outline of the entire puzzle through the building. That's potentially an option. But I think I just like the idea better of, a long time ago I had it so that when you went behind a building, you kind of saw, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you still, part of the reason why I went with this art style is because when you get behind a building, you can have this thing where you have these lines still, but the actual, the facade kind of goes away. So you kind of see, like, a schematic of the building that you're seeing through. And I kind of want to move back towards that. I liked that a lot. So I'm going to start out with that. Because that was kind of like always the plan. But yeah, the outline effect is cool. Are there 2 sets of comments you're responding to? I don't think so. I think I'm just talking to myself like a maniac. And also reading this chat very slowly. Unless I can see something in the chat you guys can't. Which is possible. I don't really know how Twitch works. You don't see anyone chatting? Oh, are you... I do know how this works. Are you watching somebody host me? Because if you're in their chat, then you won't see the things in my chat. Right? I actually watched an alarming amount of Twitch. I should know these things. Good morning, Tom. What's up, man? There you go. Yeah, I've been there before, Tao. I do that all the time with Rise and Spline. Got it. Well, welcome. Welcome to the party, Tao Phoenix Twitch. Alright, so, God, I said that I would do that with such confidence, and I have actually no idea how to do that. Alright. Well, no. I'm gonna cast away from the camera to the player, right? Is that a good way to do it? Let's see what we can do. Let's test. Test cam stuff. Alright, test cam stuff. Ray trace? Ray. Cast. What do you got for me, Unreal? There must be a recast, right? Line trace by channel. Line trace for objects. Yeah, that's a thing I could do. I could set it as a collision type. I'd rather just detect... No, shit. Everything is a static mesh. Could ray trace for material? I want to ray trace to detect if I'm hitting a block. What's unique about you? You're a static mesh. Fucking nothing other than your material. What are my options here? By channel. Only the first blocking hit, huh? What if I want all the objects? Yeah, multi-line trace for objects. That seems like what I want. If you don't see people... Hey Justy, what's up? You do a box trace. I'll probably change it to a box trace. It's as simple as changing that node later, right? I mean, I might do something a little crazier. I might do a line trace to each corner of the level so that the entire level that you're working with you can see. Though maybe a box trace would allow me to actually do that. Now that I think about it, that's... Put a pin in this. Thank you, Whiz. Good idea. I like it. Oh, I see. So is a box trace like you specify a start and an end point and it makes a box? Interesting. Alright, I'll play with that later. I know lines. Lines are simpler. Get a line. Don't want to make it a box. Start with what's easy. Okay. Start from... How do I get the camera? I think I want to get the player controller. Get your view target. Location. From here to get controlled pawn. Oops. Location. Okay, from the camera to the player. Break the hits for each. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. Oh, let's do it for each though. For each, take the hit result, break it. Give me the hit actor. Tags. Get tags. For each tag on the actor. Oh, this is gonna be an expensive one. Get all actors with tag. Set result in select all. Set hidden. Seriously? Fine, hidden in game. Why is there a visibility and then a hidden in game? I'm not gonna get into it. That is weird. I never know when to use each one, and I'm concerned that, like, I'm missing something. Like, I'm supposed to use one in some case and the other in a different case. I don't really get which. I'm almost certainly doing that wrong. Okay. Okay, sure. Let's see what this does. Oh wait, new hidden. Sure. Object types, huh? Well, I only want static meshes. Yellow world static, right? World static. Action physics. Or don't, whatever. Show me. Collision presets. Why aren't you showing me? The fuck is default? Block all, world static, okay. Don't know why you'd be so cagey. Alright, let's see what that even does. Yeah, this is unreal. Box trace uses a center point for the box and then extents for the size. Oh, interesting. Okay. Visibility does work in editor, whereas hidden in game works in both. That's true. I just don't know why sometimes I can change one in Blueprint and not the other. I mean, maybe it just makes sense, actually, now that I think about it, because you probably don't want to give people the ability to change visibility in Blueprint if it's like an editor-only flag. You want to have the ability that you want to have the Blueprint script for that, so people can put it for when they're scripting things in the editor. Yeah, okay, it makes total sense. You're right. That makes sense, Weiss. Hey, Sniper, what's up, man? Alright. So, test cam stuff. What did that do? Fucking nothing. Okay, let's step through that. Breakpoint. Okay, looking from son of a bitch. Yeah, you're not finding the position of the camera at all. Okay, new plan. So kill this. Okay, game mode. Blueprint. Get dynamic camera. get... I need the actual location of the actual camera. Not the whole object. Get game cam. Get location. I hit a breakpoint. Shit. Forgot to remove that breakpoint. What was it? Just cam stuff. Ooh, nice. Sweet. So it did. It nuked the building. Good, yeah. Let's nuke another building. Heh. Oh, that's good. Okay. So this works. So... This is obviously an extremely expensive operation I can't run on the tick. You can't do get all actors with tag on the tick. So I'm going to think of another way. Hey Sniper, yeah, what I did is I'm not, what I did was, what I was talking about on Twitter was I was thinking about, okay, so for each level, I need to know certain things, like I need to know where the player pawn starts, like I need to know the start location, I need to know each of the skirts so that I can do things like here. When I go from one level to another, do you saw how, like, obviously everything that's a part of this level turns brown. Like, that's step one, right? The way I do that is there's no way to say get all objects within this level. That's not a thing that exists in Blueprint. I think it exists in code, but it's not exposed to Blueprint. So I couldn't just say get all objects in this level. And so I was thinking about other ways to do it. Like, is there a way to... I was defining all of the skirts in a variable, like the skirts being these kind of things that are drawn down, all lines in all the boxes, so I could do different operations on them, and that way when you move from one, it unpaints those and it paints these. That's kind of like the prototype for what I'm gonna do. Anyway, I was thinking I'd store them all as variables. That didn't end up being a good idea. Because then, like, now every level had to have those variables. They had to have an array for each of these things. There's some other variables for each level I needed to store too. But in the end, what I did was I just slapped a tag on everything. So, like, if you go into the tag system, each of these areas has, like, this is the name of the level that this is a part of. Does this make sense? And that way all I can do is, like, okay, the players entered this level, stream in the logic, which is for him 2 arms, 2 arms 2. Stream in the logic. This is all the collision and everything I need for this specific level and the endpoint and stuff. And as you do that, find all actors with this tag, 2 arms level 2, and paint them. Find all actors with the tag 2 arms level 1, and unpaint them. So basically I used tags and I just didn't bother using the level stuff. The variables from before. Yeah, Weez, that's what I'm doing. Hey Rory, what's up, man? Oh right, you. Happy Monday to you too, Rory. I think I'm gonna stop doing the crazy streams in the middle of the week because I'm either in a bad mood or I'm fucking up in some way. Those are always like a little bit loopy. Fuck. Okay. So, I can nuke a level. I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this for real. Also gotta think about where this is actually gonna live. Maybe this lives on the camera. Alright, this is a function that hides and unhides levels. Places it could live include the game mode blueprint, which holds fucking everything. I should probably go there. Because this function should probably sit next to the stuff that paints and unpaints the levels. Yeah, all other world management stuff lives there. Alright, so let's start by moving it there. This, you can see right here, this is where I'm brightening and darkening the levels. This is where I'm setting which level is the one you should paint and loading up the structs I need. So this will be... every tick. Looping check for camera obstruction. Sure. Keep it a function now and I can decide how often to run it. For now I'll run it every tick. And later I'll probably change that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to find all the objects in between the camera and the player. I'm going to determine what their tags are. I'm going to add them to an array of tags. And then when this is all done, for each of those tags, hide all the actors associated with it. this should be a function. So I can make a local variable. What was I calling this? Levels. Okay. So now we're just going to find out. It's the easiest way to diff to erase. Okay, so here's the new levels obstructing the camera. For each of these, find out if it was on the array before. If it wasn't, set it to be hidden. If it was already hidden, don't worry about it. Now go the other way. Take a look at the levels, the old levels obstructing the camera. For each of these, are they still obstructing the camera? If not, make them visible. Okay. And then, of course, at the very end, set this to this. Do I have anything running off the tick yet? No? Alright. So yeah, this is a little, maybe not ideal, but I'm not gonna check it in yet. Every tick, do that. Let's see how much my machine chugs. me check out the chat here. You like the postmodern loopy streams? Oh, maybe I'll do the week. I do like the weekday ones sometimes. I just get so tired after work and everything. I usually start out like really gung-ho, and then I get about an hour in and I'm like, guys, I can't even talk. I'm done here. It's a fun crew though. Okay. I guess. Oh. Okay, so they're hiding. They're not on hiding. Can just destroy the world. Haha. What is that? Why is that still there? Let's see how shittily my art... my script that, I wrote this script to generate the backdrop and everything, and it's just not doing a great job all the time. Like, what the shit is all this? Ugh. Okay, that's enough of that. So, I mean, it's working. Except for this part. Loop over levels obstructing the camera from before. Find out if they're still obstructing the camera. If not, get all actors with that tag. Set you not to be hidden. I feel like that should work. Let's do it this way. Oh yeah, you're doing this every loop. That would do it. Definitely don't hide the level you're on. That's a no-no. Okay. Gonna have to fix my tags, because sometimes the tags are not the same thing as the name of the level. Fuck. I needed to clean that shit up anyway. Okay. But yeah, so go through your tags. If this is not equal to current level name. Or not even that, if this contains, because sometimes there's going to be instances where like a single wall is used in multiple levels. So if that contains this. This is already not gonna work. Because I did something stupid. I called this 2arms underscore level 2. The actual naming level is just 2arms underscore 02. I eventually, as I went on, stopped doing that because I realized that was real dumb. I just named them the name of the level, but... Alright, here, let's just test that real quick. It's something I know will work, like... Accordion 2. Ooh. Not super working. Like, why aren't you hiding? Okay, now it just doesn't work. Shit. What did I do wrong? If tags hit the hit actor, look at your tags. If it contains... What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever done. The current level name. God damn it. If it if it contains the thing I'm looping over. Obviously. God, this is gonna need a lot of work. You see it's doing different things in different levels because back here I was not tagging the lines with the name of the level. Whereas on these later levels I was. I was just very inconsistent as I was setting up the gray box for the world. So that all has to get fixed. Ways, there's a lot of stuff if you're using a more traditional setup like you are. I don't know if I would go with tags as so much as like oh god, I'd have to dive into it because I haven't done this in a while, but there's this idea of things that obstruct the camera and things that don't. So say you go into some custom preset, you'll probably, some things are set to block all, you know how collision works. You have this idea of trace that affects visibility versus trace that affects the camera. So like you can set objects to block the camera, so the camera will move in, whereas things like, you know how you want to have that effect where if you're taking a camera around a third-person character, if there's a chair in the way, you don't want the camera to jump in front of the chair. But if, as you're dragging the camera around, the camera hits a wall, you want the camera to kind of pull in so that you're not behind the wall. Unreal has a lot of camera stuff like that in here. So you can set things that are that block the camera versus block just visibility. That's kind of like what this stuff is. In general, the way there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with traces. I would almost say, if I was doing this right, I would create a new collision preset for objects that I want to hide when they're in the way of the camera. Because I know for a fact, if you're doing a more traditional game, there's a lot of built-in stuff in Unreal for this sort of thing. I happen to have thrown away all of collision and lighting and shit when I started this project, so I probably won't be doing that. But I'm just saying it's possible. That's all. I'm saying I would look into what Unreal does, because I think they actually have stuff for what you want to do already. Hey, the city, nothing. Okay, sorry. Yeah, let me explain it. It's Monday morning. I've only been streaming in an hour and I'm tired. This is Kine. Kine is a narrative 3D puzzle game about a trio of machines that dream of being musicians, so they play music at night. This is the opening area to kind of give you an idea of the feel. You play as one of these little creatures. This is Rue. She wants to be a pianist. And basically, this is the opening area, so it's really easy, but your goal is to make it to the location and kind of jam your way around the world. It's in early development, so a lot of content's missing. This is Quat. Later on things get harder. It's a good one to show you. I haven't actually tried the combos in a while because I'm pretty sure I broke everything. Let's see if they're still here. I can't really see this stuff. Yeah, I didn't move the combos around yet, so it's kind of hard to show you that stuff. But eventually they kind of you kind of push and pull off of each other to get around for some of the harder puzzles. I'm glad you like it. Unreal doesn't have anything built in to hide camera obstructions, but yeah, they do have camera spring for that stuff. Oh yeah, that kind of stuff. I'm glad you like it. No, it's not for sale yet. I'm still pretty early. Maybe I should set up like a Steam page or something. I've thought about it. I'm glad you guys like it. I should think on that. At the very minimum, like a page where people can wishlist it or something. That seems reasonable. You want me to change the stream? That'll be real. That'll be very real, actually. I alt-tab over and I start looking about how to set up a wishlist on Steam. Shit, let's do it. That'll be fun. This is very real. Alright. Steam wishlist. Oh, I'd have to put in my credit card information. I guess I can't do that on stream. Also, if I'm gonna make a page, I have to have screenshots and shit. I'm not there yet. Like, there's a lot that goes into setting up a storefront. You need a trailer and screenshots and stuff. I'll tell you what. I was gonna get all my marketing materials ready in February. By March, I will have a page you can wishlist. So for now, just follow. And don't forget about me. In March, I'll be ready for this. Because I don't think there's any point to setting up a page that has nothing on it, right? Deal. That would be a really fun pivot, though. Just set up a wish list on stream. Shit, maybe I should do that. That'll be the last day of February. That's what we'll do. Watch me deal with bureaucracy. That's my favorite thing. Oh my god, you should see me trying to do anything with the fucking Xbox. That back end is horrifying. I'm sure Steam's pretty... I've never done the Steam stuff. My business partner at work does all the Steam stuff. So I've actually never done it. Alright, I'm gonna get a soda. I'll be back. And coffee. General caffeine. Oh, more people scooted in here. Microsoft broke version control. All version control. Jesus. All of it everywhere. It's impressive. I don't know how we gave them that much power. Multiple times, too. As if breaking it once wasn't enough. Does that mean some other force fixed it? Or was it Microsoft that fixed all of version control? Microsoft breaks everything. The Microsoft hate on Twitch, really, I get a kick out of it. It's, I think, because a lot of Twitch is in college and it's very, like, wanna hate the man kind of thing. Did the previous reality have version control? Echo. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You're getting sponsored tweets about Lumberyard? I thought Lumberyard was canceled. Right? Am I wrong? No, it's cool. You're allowed to rage against Microsoft. You can rage against whatever you want, man. It's allowed. It's a free country. Getting called. Oh, this is cool. I got, like, what do you call it? I got I got a Pixel. I'm like spacing on it. So now whenever anybody calls me, it forwards to like my Google Chat phone. So if somebody's calling my phone, I get it on my computer. I love the world. The world is the world is cool. I believe in Google. Did I make the Flame in the Flood? Yes. That was my previous title. So I own a small company in Boston called the Molasses Flood. Along with, like, I don't own it alone. A bunch of us started it together. And our last title we shipped about 2 years ago. Almost exactly. It's the Flame in the Flood. Back to software was good in the past, but not anymore. No more weird streams. It was a one-time thing. Dolphin. If you think you're free, try to run away. No, I got real, I was reading the game dev subreddit yesterday. That was a fucking mistake. Oh my god. I actually, like, I had to sit down and convince myself not to engage, because I know, like, the second I post something on that fucking Reddit, I'm gonna be there all day, just replying, just mad. Just like, you don't know shit. They're just so stupid. Like, mind-blowingly stupid. I don't know what to say. At one point, somebody actually goes, I had to explain to a person that was in the industry for 15 years that they were an idiot. And it's this kid in college talking about, like, something he has no idea what he's talking about. And I'm like, wait. No. The more I work in technology, the more I'm convinced it's all magic and none of it actually works. Yeah, I think everybody's in an echo chamber of their own. Like, I strongly feel, when I was in AAA, I was definitely in a bubble where there's a lot of groupthink there. And now I'm an indie game developer, and there's definitely a bubble and a certain amount of groupthink there. And you get into these little fiefdoms where everybody kind of beats the same drum and says the same things. On the internet, stuff like Twitch and Reddit tends to have a lot of students and a lot of people in college. So there are, in a way it's good, because a lot of the ideas are new and different, And obviously, kids that are in college tend to be more up to date with something that's current, tend to know more about advances in technology that takes a while for some of it. Like, I have a life and stuff, and I'm away from a lot of what's going on and what's hot and new right now. So in a way it's good, but in another way it's just like people haven't figured out that you can't use Git. Like, that's news for game development. Like, there's some things that are just like, God, could you just do it the easy way? Fucking making me crazy. But yeah, anyway, Reddit. Reddit's always a mistake. What was I doing? Let's see here. There's something about Reddit too that always gets me. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to several things. This is obviously shit. I think here are some options here. I want to ray trace from the corner of each level to the camera. And from the flare to the camera. Right? Other thing I want to do, I don't want to run this every tick. I don't like the flickering and the dithering I'm getting. I'm gonna run this like every second. Let's start with that because that's easy. I'll think on the other stuff. So, don't do this in the tick. Instead, do it on game start. If it isn't completed. When the game starts. Timer. By function name. Okay, run this. Unpause. No. Set. Yeah. Set the timer by function name. This one. Loop. Do it every 2 seconds. 1 second. 1 second. Sure. That way, like, eventually it's not gonna flicker. We'll, like, fade out the materials. Stuff like that. It's probably more performant anyway. Okay. Oh, right. There's a lot of cleanup I should do. For one thing, none of this is going to work on the earlier levels, like I said before, because all of this stuff has... What are you doing here? If I look at your tags... Yeah, you're like tagged with level 3 rather than the name of the level. Because I didn't know what I was doing. Also, there's just cleanup I have to do here. Let's clean some stuff up. Things to clean up. First. Okay. Let's start with the opening levels. The opening levels before, in the long ago, when I didn't know what I was doing. I made all this shit. I don't think I need any of it anymore. Turn this off. Probably delete it later. Move this to the game mode. And knit background art levels. I'm not proud of this. This will also need to be cleaned up at some point, but you know. This is just a series of things that collect all the tags. Basically the array of like, here's all the skirts for level 1, here's all this and that, lives right here. It's a lot of copy pasta. Okay, so that's opening level. What other levels are fucked? I think 2 arms is fucked. Nope. Not fucked. Oh, that's T-Bot. 2 arms. Super fucked. Okay. Let's disconnect. I think this is also fucked. Yes. All of this can get deleted. I live here now. In my pile of shame. Let's just assume that we can delete this. And this is all just gonna work. Let's just assume we can delete this. I just did that. This one. Just cleaning up my sins from yesterday. Opening level. Yeah. Are there any other levels? I think when I got to T-Bot I started doing it right. About 4 arms. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Alright, let's test things and see if it actually works. Wait. Sorry. I guess I dropped some bombs and then just ignored the chat. That's great. The Lumberyard is indeed back and has Twitch integration. I should look into that. That's weird. You can't use Git for game development. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't know. It's not good for large binary files, of which you have many. That's most of your assets, by a lot. I suppose some people do. It's definitely not normal, I would say. In fact, I don't know anybody that doesn't use Perforce in AAA. In the indie scene, there's a couple of other people using source control, like other source controls, but I don't know anybody that's making a game of any size that uses Git. It's good for, like, Epic keeps their engine code on Git when they share it with the public, but internally they use Perforce for all their games. It's a bed spring. City nothing, thanks man. Shit. Cool. Why is Git bad? From what I understand, you just don't want to have a large number of binary files on it. Whereas, I mean, for what I was told was like, honestly, I just don't know anyone that uses it. It's kind of surprising to me that people would, because I thought it was just kind of known that that was a bad idea. I honestly, until I left AAA, I'd never even heard of anybody using anything other than Perforce. In college, we used Tortoise. But that was just because like we couldn't afford Perforce back then. Tortoise is pretty easy to set up. Perforce has a couple more loops. I think I'm just so used to it, and it's just like what literally everybody in the industry uses. I'm not saying that makes it a good thing. I do remember, I mean, part of it was when I was making games back in college, we used Tortoise, and it was a nightmare because we had so many different people who had never used source control before, and they would go in and just like, there's some like interface you can get to where you can just really cause havoc. It's really easy to do things that are very difficult to do in Perforce. Like in Perforce, it's hard to obliterate a file unless you have the right permissions. You can't remove all history for a file or anything. And I know we definitely lost work in Tortoise because some artists just had no idea what they were doing. But I mean, again, that was like a very long time ago. I don't know what things are like now. Thanks, Justy. Happy Monday, May. Alright. What are we doing? I don't know, what are other things? It's hard to explain. Things like, no one in AAA in their right mind would ever release a game without making a trailer. Whereas that's like a topic of, should I take the time to do this? I don't know, it'll delay my launch. Like, yeah, you should fucking take the time to make a trailer. It's gonna buy your goddamn game without a trailer. There's just ideas. Sometimes people in the indie space say things that I think are kind of amateurish, but also people in the AAA space tend to do the same thing over and over, and there's a lot of groupthink, and there's a lot of just embedded ideas there too. In the indie space, there's something that's... There are these kind of fiefdoms in the indie space where I feel like there's a lot of groupthink within them. There's definitely a love of randomly generated, procedurally generated content right now. That's a very pervasive part of the conversation. I don't know. People were still using horses to get around back then. Rory, you're such a jerk. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's too early to have a deep conversation about people. I appreciate my awareness of groupthink. Hey, that doesn't mean, like, nobody's really wrong. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? Like, all this stuff is couched in fact and data. I understand why people draw the conclusions they do. I just think it's terrifying when everybody draws the same conclusions at the same time. Because what the inevitability of, you look at Steam Spy and you realize that proc-gen, randomly generated games do super well and have the best return for your money, and everybody has that same realization at the same time, and then everybody makes the same game at the same time, and then the next thing you know, you have exactly what you've had in AAA for years, where you get this wave of like, oh, the wave of followers, which is just so standard in AAA, and it's starting to creep into the indie space in a big way, in my opinion, at least in certain circles. The idea that, like, World of Warcraft took off, everybody needs to make a WoW clone, you go out, you get... I was in San Francisco during that boom, when everybody was pitching to venture capitalists, like, it'll be just like WoW, but this, and then they get a shit ton of money and they do that. The MOBAs that followed League of Legends. The year, what was it, last year was the year everybody wanted to make a shooter with MOBA elements. You just get this mad dash of followers, and you know what's going to happen this year. It's going to be like PUBG clones. The PUBG clones are coming. What was surprising to me was actually how many people didn't follow Rocket League. I thought for sure there would be like a wave of games that are kind of physics-based competitive multiplayer. Hey, Stay Thirsty, what's up, man? Yeah, I don't know, City Nothing. There's a lot of... I don't think it's limited access to information. People are actually pretty open about their sales, and you can pretty much figure out the sales data and the marketing spend and the general spend of any major... Like, if you named a game and gave me like 2 weeks, I could probably dig in and find somebody that knows the numbers and get the numbers. Like, getting the data isn't the problem. It's just how... Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. But there is definitely groupthink in both the AAA and the indie space. Anyone that could do a PUBG clone is doing it. Oh god. I like small cartoon indie games. Hey Scotty B. Scotty Bot, welcome to the chat, man. I'll make small cartoon indie games. It's my shit. I too like those. Gang Beast, that one's pretty sweet. Sitting Nothing, what are your favorite indie games, man? Because that's the thing, people say indie games, but there's so many. There's so many different genres. Like, I don't even think it's fair to say indie games so much as it's like... I mean, some people say they like indie games, what they mean is they like 2D side-scrolling pixel art games. But that's not really the space anymore, you know? Oxygen not included. Yeah, everything Clay makes is great. I still think Invisible Ink was their best title. I fucking loved Invisible Ink, man. Alright. Where are all the things I said I was gonna do here? Did I break everything? Nope, still working. Just poorly. Wait, no. Shit's... Oh, right. What did I fuck up? That would be what I fucked up. And then I was gonna test it, because I just changed a bunch of shit. So I need to make sure the opening levels still work. Let's play through real quick. What the fuck was that? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Right, that's what I'm fixing. God damn, this shit's broken. Oh, wait, I should check. The other two levels were drum 1. Do you still work? Looks like yes. And drum 2. Oh, that's not good. That's what I'm fixing. Okay. Yeah, Invisible Link was so good. I fucking loved it. Iconoclast. That's a good list, City. Shit. Yeah, Chris, I'm doing 2 of the talks at the boot camp this year. Well, I'm running the tips and tricks panel, and I'm speaking in the micro talks. So I've got I'm running a panel, and I'm doing, as part of that, I'm doing like a 5-minute talk there, and I'm doing another 5-minute talk for the micro talks. Yup. I got my, fuck, the slides are due in a week. They're pretty much done, I think. If I recall, I worked on them like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I played Steven Sausage Roll. It was a great game. It was great. I liked it. It was actually at the time, one of the earliest prototypes of this was actually like a fighting game where you were, it was like a BattleBots thing where you built a little robot and you were trying to push each other. It was turn-based and you were trying to push each other off of a panel. And I realized I wasn't going to do that because it was a lot of work. Anyway, I kind of abandoned that. And I started making a puzzle game and it was terrible. And then I abandoned that and I played Steven Sausage Roll. And it was like, oh, all I had to do was take what I was doing but make it way smaller. And then it would have totally worked. And that's how and then I had that thought and then I did nothing with it for like months. Because I was busy at work. And then eventually I just ran with it. So in a way it was kind of an inspiration. I was really into it. You gotta stop playing which one, Rory? I was a huge fan of Inside. That game fucking struck a nerve with me. I loved that game. It's gorgeous. Oh, Steven Sausage Roll? Yeah. We're gonna call them roll likes? I dig it. No, you gotta call it like sausage likes. We need more sausage likes. I wonder if God. Steven likes? That's weird. Poor guy. Yeah, the Tower of Sausages. Okay, so that thing worked. Shit's still busted. Here's why it's busted. So the first 3 levels I made, or the first 3 backdrops I did, I just named these whatever. Eventually I changed it to naming them the name of the level. I want to fix it so they're always the name of the level. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to my little scratch pad. Do stuff. The best function ever. Do stuff. Let's get everything with a certain tag and name it a different tag. Do I have anything similar to that? Get all actors with tag. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Get all actors with tag. I'm just gonna copy paste this over here. This is obviously not shipping. This is just where I script shit. Alright. Select nothing. Get all actors with the tag. Oops, shit. No, 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 don't do that. Get all actors with the tag. Level 1. Change the tag to be what are you? Opening levels 0, 1. Actors. For each actor with this tag, get your tags. Get tags. Replace. Find item. Level 1. Basically, sometimes there's more than one level. Get your tags. Why isn't there just like a set? Replace. Set array element. Yeah, there you go. This. 2. This. Can I just do that directly? That doesn't feel safe. Okay. Get all actors with this tag. For each of those actors, get the tags. Find the element, the index of the array that has this, replace it with this. And set tags back on that actor. Alright. Now, do stuff. It worked. Okay, now I have to do that about 50 more times. Let's make this less ridiculous. I'm going to need to make a series of pairs. Dictionary. do dictionaries. Okay. Alright, rename level 3. Opening level 3. What? God, why is... Copy paste being a bitch. I have a difficulty with this copy paste thing here. Duplicate? No. What else do we got here? Level 7. Opening level 7. Ooh, that's it. Alright. So name dictionary. Keys. Okay. For each key. This tag. Find that key, get the value. There, let's see if this works. Alright. Do stuff. Yep, opening level 7. Sweet. Do that 3 more times. Oh shit. Sorry guys, let me read the chat. Rusty Lake Hotel, I've never tried that one. Yeah, I did all the modeling. You can actually go back to the previous streams. I streamed most of the modeling. Later City. Chili dogs. Chris, like, we should make like a bot that does that. Probably. I feel like that could be a bot. Or we could pretend that you're a robot. That works too. Alright, so that's opening levels. The other ones that are broken are 2 arms, section 1, and section 2. Which I think I'll fix in one big go. Should be pretty straightforward, right? Actually not, I think I just named them whatever the fuck as I went along. So this is 2 arms level 1. That needs needs to be, I believe, 2 arms 0, 1. God damn it. Yes. I'm just gonna assume I did the same dumb name scheme across. I click twice, that seems to be the key. Nope. No. God, don't crash. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, 2 arms 8, up to 13 it looks like. Yeah, looks like I did the same thing throughout. Okay. At least I was consistently wrong. That's kind of nice. Should do it, right? Okay. Did do stuff, do stuff? Do stuff, did stuff. Okay. Groovy. Now we save. Let's make sure do stuff did all this stuff. This is now 2 arms 11. Good. 2 arms 0, 9. Yeah. Do stuff did all this stuff. All bought for food. In the back of the box of the description, we'll call it kind of interesting. Oh god, I didn't even think of all the ways we use kinda. Oh man, so many weird pun potentials. Clearly didn't think this through. Okay. We should get now. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the coloring is broken. That's expected. Now I have to fix everything here. This is stupid. At this point, now that these are the same, this should just be a script that loops through the names of the levels. Alright, let's just do it right. So... okay. Yeah. This pile of shame can't continue. The pile of shame needs to go. Here's the list of levels. Init the background art. Let's get rid of that stuff. Alright. Get... what if I want to get everything? What do I have for tables? Get data table row names. Okay, so in my level list, get all the names of the rows for each row in the table. Get the data from that row. Break. Give me the level name. Oh no, it's gonna be the... Oh, this is even easier than I thought, because the name of the row is the level. So all I have to do is get the row names, because those are actually the level names. And then... Shit. It's almost like I planned this. I didn't. Okay, and now let's just not have this anymore. Oh my god, I can't even delete that all in one go. Target array. Oh. Okay, let's see if things work. Shit, things, they work. Kinda. God, this is terrible. I test a level that I can see. Yeah, looks like everything's initializing. Alright, that's all working. So, we can delete this. That's satisfying. Construct array of Okay, so that'll fix a couple of bugs. For instance, you can tell even in the opening area. Oh, what the fuck did I do? apparently when I was doing all the stuff with that do stuff, this is one of those things where it's supposed to have more than one tag. And it looks like I blew them away. Because now you only have one tag. You should be opening levels and opening level 6. I mean, there's not many places I had that working at. So it's not the end of the world. Oh, this was super temp anyway. But you should also be opening level 6. Maybe not opening level 6. 5, son of a bitch. Better. Okay. Let's check in on the chat. Is he fighting monks? Alright, what now? Okay. Things that piss me off. I don't like... There's a seemingly endless pile of work here, but... Things that piss me off include when you first load in, for one thing, it's fine, he darkens. The music stand needs to darken initially. I mean, it's fixed so that if you zoom in and you zoom out, it'll darken, but Needs to be knitted to be dark. That's pretty quick. Let's do that. Object. Okay. On begin play. I'm not sure what calls this. When you initialize, check your game mode, find out. Do I have something that says if I'm in the main menu or not? Let's see, when I go to the main menu, get rid of main menu. So there is nothing that says if you're in game mode or not. Seriously? Cast a HUD. Current HUD state. Are you in the main menu? Is that how I'm doing it? Jesus. Whatever. Okay. So look at the HUD. Campaign HUD. Get HUD. Get controller. Get HUD. HUD blueprint. Get the state. If you are in the main menu. Darken music stand. Files that dirtied every single level. Whatever. And now it's dark. Weird pet peeve fixed. Okay. Let's fix a real problem. I need to get the game back into a state. Right now you can play through the crit path, but you can't play any of the optional levels. Because the optional levels aren't supposed to be visible as part of the world. Well, I'm sorry, the gigs. The gigs aren't part of this, and the world is drawing over them, so you can't play this anymore, and it's shit. So, when you go to gig, I don't have the final art or locations for those yet. But at least at a minimum right now I need to hide the world. So. Okay. Hard to detect if you're combo level. Ooh, easily, right? Yeah. Level type. I have a enum for this. Current level type. Select. How about switch? Okay. Solo drum, solo accordion. Perfect. If you're a combo, hide everything. Oh my god, easiest fix ever. I mean, it's a band-aid, but you know. UI to gameplay HUD, go to UI to main menu, start, finish. There you go. Okay, so now, say I want to do a gig level. Apparently those are over there. Shit, didn't work. Why did that work? That's bullshit. Breakpoint. I didn't even hit this breakpoint. What the shit? This time I did. Why is that? So if you're in the main menu, you do this stuff. Current level's not bright. Got it. No, I do want this to happen. Can't be that easy, can it? Oh, fucking breakpoint. I'm gonna delete the save too, so I can save fresh. Alright, so that works. I mean, the levels, I don't have the level art working anymore, so. It's difficult to play. What we got here? Oh, May, you did the jam this weekend. Sweet. I'm glad you like it, Chris. Well, I mean, it's not great, but at least you can see those levels now. I need to bring them back. Technically, you can play the game from beginning to end, so Quick Path is there. But the combo levels are the coolest part of the game. So I need to revive those. Get them into the new art style. Figure out how I'm going to transition to them. Start taking notes. I have a million notes and they flee from my brain. Make a game look good. I'm tired. At one point, I think like a week and a half ago, I accidentally saved over my to-do list with nothing. And I woke up the next day in a panic. God damn it. Okay. Unfortunately, every level in the game is dirty because I touched the win condition. And what makes levels dirty and not dirty doesn't really make sense to me. Like, there's times when they should be made dirty and they're not. Especially if you're using brutalities, which I know are experimental, but... What are my thoughts on VR? I have a lot of thoughts on it. I think it's cool. I think, I've worked in VR a little bit. Like, I did some contracting work. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think it's definitely the future. I'm really excited for it in general. I mean, AR and VR is definitely... AR specifically is definitely the fucking future, and it's really fun to work in. I think it has applications outside of gaming, which is obviously, like, great. What else can I say about it? I don't know, do you have a specific question? It's kind of hard to just spew thought. I mean, in general, I'm excited about the future. I mean, it's not great, is the new description. Jesus, Rory. Nah, Jessica Mack's gonna win Badass Music Game. This isn't a rhythm game, so I think leaning into the music is probably a mistake. It's good if your to-do list is empty, if it's actually empty. Not if you accidentally save over it because you're tired. So I have conflicting goals. I need to make the game look good so that I have marketing materials. I need to spend February having marketing materials. I was going to, at the end of each month, have a play test with a different person, but I'm gonna not do that this month because I just can't. But I should at least get a build that's playable from beginning to end. I should, which this is, technically. There's some bugs. God, that shadow drives me nuts. Maybe I'll do that next. Wow. Stars look like crap. What state of mind was I in when I wrote that note? Oh yeah, they're kinda in front of shit now. God damn it. Stars are crap. Oh god, okay. Okay. Yeah, I like VR. I think it's exciting in the future. I think the future in general is kind of exciting. Glad you like the podcast, May. It's definitely been fun. Alright. Okay, so part of the art polish is going to be the script I ran to generate like the lines and everything. I did not do a good job writing that, obviously, right? Because like you have no idea where the corners are. This is impossible to play. I know, but like without you kind of dragging the world around and shit, you can't really see where the corners are. You could if there was the lines here, right? Which there aren't. So do I punt on that and say I'm going to do that per level? Should I come up with some kind of better solution? Oh god, that shadow. The shadow is supposed to show you where you can fall, but I broke it. Like this should be entirely over that. I need to fix that. That's a problem. Alright, I'm gonna stretch for a second. I'll be right back. the VR like fade out when you roll into walls? What do you mean? I needed something to indicate that you hit the wall, so I just make the screen black. That's it. It's just making the screen black for like an instant. In fact, I can probably find where I did that. That'll be on the player pawn. Probably when you transform, when you reverse, we'll hit HUD, fade to black. Yeah. So there's literally just a black screen. I show it and I hide it. That's it. Oh, it's temporary, right? I don't know what I'm actually gonna do. All of the art in this game is very temporary right now. It'll get there. But, yeah, I don't know what I want to do for that in the long term. Also, like, instead of the text that says narrative bait, there will actually be an event that occurs. There's like a lot of temporary shit. I just need to give the user some feedback for now. The UI is all very temp. Alright. Oh, you gotta get the core gameplay loop in and working first. Shit, you just remind me of how much crap I have to do, man. God damn it. And the key is to not think about that. So, let's get the shadow working. Oh god. This isn't good when this starts to happen. Okay. Whew. Kind of fucking voodoo magic did I do to get this happening? When the fuck did it break? I know I did some weird stuff to make this happen. Okay, start with here's a shadow decal. Let's not worry about the extenders. So I don't need to worry about any of that stuff. And the main decals. Here's where we set their location. Find the extension of the limb. Get it to grid units. Add a grid unit. This just pulls things in when you're rotating, that's fine. Multiply that by 100. Okay, so if it's extended, multiply that by 200, which just gets it back to where it was before. Set that for your new location. What do I have to do? So this becomes this. Say that the extension is the extension would be 200. Now the extension would be 400. So this would be 2. This would be 3 times whatever, so it'll be 3. So this becomes 600. So your y becomes 600. Is that not accurate? That should be accurate. But you appear to be off by 100. Let's take a look at it in game. Video extended. $530. The fuck? 400 is 2 times. Yeah, so 3 plus. Go, son of a bitch. That's why. It's the camera work I did. So that timeline exists to pull the, so when you're rotating the camera around, you get some motion in the shadow. It kind of pulls in and then out again. But yeah, I can't just pull this from the camera world space rotation. Maybe I can. What calls you? Where am I? I'm in the camera. Yeah. So in the camera. So you're going to this new world rotation. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, instead of subtracting 10. Okay, so I changed it so that for different levels, I want to be able to angle the camera to kind of cant slightly to the right or to the left or to a different degree. But I don't want that logic to go into account when you're looking at the shadow. So I need rotation. Constant yaw offset per level. This might be all I have to do. This is starting to look real gross. There we go. Ha! Now you can see where you're supposed to land. Good. Good. Bug crushed. That was shameful. The way this is implemented is shameful. This is not right. Like, what the fuck even is this? I know I wanted to pull the camera in when you turn, but there's gotta be a better way. Like, how tired was I? When I made a timeline that goes from 0 to 360. And I just made a sine wave, apparently. Why didn't I just use a sine wave? Like, what the fuck? I don't want to touch it, it works. That's the other half of this. It's a triangle wave. It's the shittiest sine wave. Alright, let me check up on the chat. Is there ever a time I'm not working? Yeah, I think there's a lot of time I'm not working. Take a lot of naps. Big on napping. I'm working a lot right now because I'm kind of like showing this game to some friends at GDC, and I've got like a proper game I'm pitching at GDC, so there's just a lot coming up. And when you're in my position where most of what I do is animation and effects, everything I do kind of gets squeezed into the very end. Like I can't animate a character if I don't have a character. And the worst part is like I can always see it coming, especially now. Like I know that what's out in outsourcing, I can see the pile of work moving towards me, like this impending fucking looming doom and destruction. I don't know if that answered your question or if I just felt like ranting, but that's reality. And hey, Simon. Oh, sweet, I loved Arkham Knight, man. That's sweet, man. Are you moving a shadow decal based on location rather than ray tracing the position of the player and placing it under on move? Yes, for a very specific reason. The shadow is not at all logical. The shadow actually just shows you where you're going to land. So it's, it does move with you when you're moving. But it is always at a place that is the place you will land if you were to hit a button in WASD. You're angling the camera, but why not spring arm? Because... Why didn't I use the spring arm? I was getting results I didn't like with it. I liked the lag. What was I doing with the spring arm? I mean, the reason I am actually angling the spring arm, I'm angling a node, and underneath that node is a spring arm, and underneath that is the camera. So I get all the advantages of the spring arm. I think I'm angling... I'm using the top level node for the yaw and the spring arm for, the pitch and not the roll. Obviously nothing fucks with the roll. The camera's weirdly complicated. I have to actually dive into it before I can even really talk about it, because there's times like this where I'm directly controlling the camera. There's the fact that depending on where the camera is in yaw changes what WASD does. So like right now W makes you go up, whereas now W makes you go up that way. So right now W makes you move in negative X, now it makes you move in negative Y. So the camera is very much tied to gameplay in that way. Also you have the ability to free manipulate the camera, and then it has to settle into a gameplay location, again for the WASD reasons. There's just a lot to it. So there's two nodes that manipulate the rotation of the camera for that reason. It was the easiest way I could figure out how to do it. What is a cultured way to say napping? I believe it's siesta. I believe if you take a siesta, that's considered more sophisticated than perhaps napping. Napping is probably what an infant would do. But siesta is European, so, you know, obviously more complicated. Scotty Bot died. What's the difference between dynamic shadow and shadow decal? So dynamic shadow would be like, you put a light, you use a light source, it hits the various polygons, creates a shadow, and puts that shadow on the ground. Whereas a shadow decal is what I call a decal that looks like a shadow where I just scribbled. 'Cause like, if you look at the decal that's under, this has absolutely nothing to do with the model. This is just literally I scribbled. It's a decal that moves. I didn't want an actual physical shadow. I didn't think stylistically it would work with the game. Also, I wanted the shadow to tie more tightly into gameplay elements. A stylistic decision. I'm pretty sure it's just the Spanish. Am I gonna implement a custom cursor icon? I don't know if I need a cursor. I'll think about it. I mean, I probably do. Yeah, you're right. Like, you need it for the main menu, probably. And then when you go into the actual game, like, I'll take the cursor. No? Well, you want to be able to pull. Do you want to see your mouse? I don't know. Maybe like a conductor baton or something. I have to think on that. Also for custom shadows, I'm not sure what you're asking, Shisu. I wish Twitch didn't have such a huge lag. I feel like we could have a conversation. Oh, that bug is fixed. I feel like I should check in because I just... Mixer. I heard Mixer is good, but nobody uses it. I often find a lot of things Microsoft does are... would be good if they had any kind of messaging. Like, they always have a good idea. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm gonna check in because I crushed a bunch of bugs, and then I'm gonna update my notes and figure out what I'm doing next. Let's save all. I don't know why that's dirty. Might be time to close and reopen the editor. Conductor baton. Yeah, I don't know. It might look like stupid. I'll have to try it. Look like a game from like a one of those find the thing on the image games. We'll have to try it. Okay. Submit. Alright, shadows no longer busted. Stars. Hey, remarch. Okay. Anything else I start, it's gonna be kind of big. Well, how do we feel about this thing I did this morning? this is working, strictly speaking. But we didn't really get it working well, now did we? I want to see the entire level. Oh god, how am I going to do that? Recast from the camera to each corner of the level. It's my first instinct. Create a bounding box around the level. Create a bounding box around the level. Is that a thing? That Unreal does? Is that possible? That is the same question twice. I'll take a break in a minute. Rory, don't worry. To get food. The best duration for a nap, I believe, is about an hour. Thanks for looking out for me, Rory. Oh god, I wish there was an easy way. Bounding box. Guess what I want might not be a thing. And even then, am I gonna like recast to 8 different points? And what if the level's big and then I miss a bit in the middle? I mean, I guess there's that box trace thing. I don't know what that does. Okay. Multi-line trace. Sweeps a box along the given line. do you define a box? The fuck? It must always be a perfect cube. It can't be a rectangle, maybe? Multi-box trees. Googling it. Multi-box trace does not work. Okay. How is that the first thing that comes up? Where's the actual... documentation on this? Fuck. There is none. Multi-box trace. Oh, here we go. Box trace for objects. Start of line segment. I fucking hate you, man. Oh no, I guess that makes sense. So this is start the end. The half size. This creates a box from the start to the end, it looks like. What I wanted was to actually take a box and like move it and tell me everything that hits within that, but that's not a thing. Obviously, that wouldn't make sense. It's not how line traces work. Fuck. But this could still work. Draw it persistently. Let me see what we're doing here. Start here and here. Use these objects. Sorry, no end here. Your half size is radius of the sphere to sweep. I don't know, let's give you like let's just see what this does. Oh, it's drawing right now. I don't want this to ever run if you're in the main menu. That occurred to me and I did nothing about it. Okay. So right now I set this off. Yeah, no. Instead, set this off when you go to gameplay, HUD, camera to gameplay camera, if you were in the main menu, possess, switch to the pawn, unsuppress your movement, start checking. When you leave and go to the main menu, unpossess, timer by function, clear timer by function name, this one, clear it. Okay, now this will only ever run when we're in gameplay mode. Sorry, I haven't checked chat in a while. Are we still talking about naps, or was that a while ago? Multi-capsule trays. That sounds exciting. Ray March thought the same thing. I'm glad we're on the same page, Ray March. Alright. See what we get. Holy mother of God. What even is this? Oh, those are all the hits, maybe? Okay. Too much information. It means nothing. Let's go with... draw it for one frame. There's gotta be something in between persistent and one frame. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. This porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. For duration, are you the porridge I need? Nope, still way too much. So what's... Oh, word, it's making a box. It is doing what I thought it did. It's making a box and it's moving it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it sucks it has to be a cube, it can't be a rectangle. It'd be sweet if it was a rectangle. And if it felt like I knew what I was doing. I mean, for now, it's probably better than it was. Let's get rid of the debug stuff and see if I just like the result. Maybe it's just good. It's not, like, great, but... Oh, I was seeing at least 5 units around the player. It's not a bad start. Oh, I thought I got rid of the debug, but I didn't. This might be a bit too aggressive. Why are you painting blue? also. That's irritating me. Because it's incorrect. Jesus. That shouldn't be there. Fuck. Sorry. Okay. Let's go with... Let's go with 4 units around the player. Because you can always move 4 units if you're up on a limb. Let's make... I have no idea if this is actually editing the bounds of the box. I might just be changing numbers randomly. Let's actually find that out too. That did seem to change things. Sweet. Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. molested eggs like whoa up in this game right now. I think it's 12 o'clock. I think I'm gonna take my usual lunch. Possibly gym, possibly napped. Siesta. I'll return again for an evening stream later. Hopefully I'll have more clear goals by then. But yeah, this has been the morning edition of 3D Puzzle Game. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you're enjoying your Monday. Have a good dinner. It's a little early. I was hoping lunch, but you know, see how these things go. I'm glad we were all on board with the nap time plan. Come back at full strength. Will do, man. In reality, I'm just gonna like troll Twitter for like a couple hours. Dinner is North British for lunch. Interesting. Yeah, this has been the morning edition of 3D Puzzle Game. I'll have a proper evening edition later. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to like host people and stuff. I forgot how Twitch worked. Hold on, let's see. Who is online? It's a bit weird, but do you guys want to hear a cellist? None of my game developer friends are online. Weeze is probably sleeping. It's, I don't know, later in Iceland. Yeah. Fuck it, we're gonna host him. Hopefully he's playing something cool. Get some culture up in your lives, guys. We'll be back later.